Hi guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So I have been tagged for the hashtag Spring Fling 2023 question tag that was started by Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. Hi Rose! She is linked down below because she started this, and this is her baby. I was tagged actually by 3 people. I was tagged by Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks. I was tagged by Erin from Crafting Kitty, and I was tagged from Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts. And not only were they some of the people that I was going to tag, but some of the other people that I was going to tag have already been tagged. So, let's see, I'll have to think about who I'm tagging now. Okay. But we're going to do these questions here. So, Mr. Maverick is predisposed at co-hosting. And besides, this is going to be Maverick's first spring, so he doesn't really have any input on answers anyway, so he doesn't know what he likes. He was a summer baby, and he will be 1 year old in July, so maybe he could do a summer tag, but he doesn't know yet what he likes about spring. Let's see. So question number 1 is, what do you like to do in the spring that you can't do at other times of the year? Okay, so I know that not a lot of people are sports fans, but my answer is not going to be anything like smelling the fresh flowers or, walking amongst the daisies, or I don't know. That's not me. I'm for a witchy person, I'm not that outdoorsy, to be honest with you. I can't enjoy anything like smells of anything. I have like almost no sense of smell. When I do seem to have a sense of smell, I get stuffed up really easily, so I have even less of a chance to smell anything. And yeah, I don't like sunshine. So what I like to do in the spring that I can't do at any other time of the year is watch. And I haven't actually done this. Let me preface this. I haven't actually done this in a few years, but I like to. I at least like to keep up on it via articles on Google and things like that. But I like to watch spring training. I want to know. I'm a Tigers fan. I do love my baseball. We just talked at the beginning of February when I did my LOVE series. We just talked about football quite a bit because the Super Bowl was happening with my Steelers. But I am a baseball girl through and through. It's my absolute favorite sport, even over football, soccer. I got it from, my love of baseball I got from my grandpa. And like I said, my favorite is the Detroit Tigers. And I remember being able to watch some televised games of the spring training. And definitely, I've mentioned, since nobody really watches it with me, I get updates on my phone, live updates, scores. I mean, you can literally watch it live, just meaning they'll show you a graph of the field and everything. It's basically televised without the actual video, right? They'll show you the player moving to the bases and everything. And I'll keep track that way if I have to some nights, but yeah, I like to keep up on that and see how we're doing in spring training, just to get like an idea of how, how the season's gonna go. And I mean, not that that's always gonna be like a dead giveaway, but yeah, I like to start the spring with spring training. That's my answer. Number 2, what is your favorite springtime flower? Hands down, daffodils. I love daffodils. I don't have like any background reason why, to be fully honest. I just have always loved daffodils. My grandma had them in her garden because she had like a little flower garden outside of so I know I've explained it, especially in my ghost stories and stuff, the way like we had like a double wide trailer we lived in when I was a kid, and then my grandpa had built like a smaller guest house, and in front of each house, like the guest house and then the trailer over here, we had my grandma I always thought it was really clever when I was a kid. She took we lived on a blueberry farm, and she took blueberry lugs. If you're familiar with what a blueberry lug is, it's like a big plastic, blueberries go in it. And she buried those underground so that like the moles couldn't, in theory, dig up through it and eat her like flower bulbs. And so they were like her flower bed. And I remember she had daffodils, she had tiger lilies, she had, oh gosh, what were they called? They looked like little, they were like they were like a long vine, and they had like little hearts on them. Like little white hearts. I can't think of the name of those. But she had those. She had little orchids, African orchids, which I like those too, actually, because I like purple. They came in like purple and white. And I liked daffodils anyway. They were my favorite. I really like the ones that are like really light yellow and have like an orangey yellow middle. Those, I like all of them though. And they are a scent that I can smell fairly well. They do kind of stuff my nose up pretty good though. Like I picked some wild ones and I had them right next to my bed once. And yeah, I noticed that I got pretty stuffy. So either it was a coincidence but I didn't do that again. But yeah, daffodils. Number 3, what is your favorite thing about spring? So my favorite thing about spring is probably the rain. Like I know some people have said like the warmer weather, and I guess you could count that as part of my answer just because it's not the snow. But like in the spring, we get a lot of rain, and it's when the weather really starts to get, like I said, less snow. Like we do get some snow at the beginning of spring. There's some snow quite often here, but it dissipates, and you go through like a muddy season, which I do not enjoy at all. The transition is definitely one of my least favorite things ever, actually. And then you just start getting like, I know mud comes with rain, but like there's mud after like snow, and that thaw is to me it's a big difference. Like I don't know, some people might think I'm crazy, but there just seems to be so much more snow that melts than there is rain coming down at any given time. I mean, unless it's a really awful rain, like unless there's a ton of it. So, but like the gray skies and the like breeze in the air and all of that, just you can almost, some people say they can smell it, which I was going to say like, but I myself cannot smell it. But yeah, I mean, that is my favorite thing about spring is the rain. So we could categorize it as weather, because I know, like I said, some people said when the weather warms up, but rain. Number 4, what is the weather like in your area in spring? And I did basically touch on that because like spring starts out still pretty chilly. Sometimes there is snow. Quite often there is snow. It's not usually as severe as like January or even the beginning of February. I think by the end of February, like right about now, it starts to chill out a little bit normally. Sometimes it's still kind of bad, but we're starting to chill out. No pun intended. And then, March, we might see a little bit of snow, but it generally just tapers off, and we start to get the rain. The weather does warm up. It's still chilly. It's definitely like light jacket, hoodie weather all through spring. Yeah. There is some sunshine, but I personally think that it's more cloudy and rainy most of the time. I could be wrong. Maybe that's just because those are the days that I look for. But yeah. Number 5. We're on 5, right? Yeah, because 4 was the weather. So 5, when do you start your garden if you have one? I kill plants, so I do not have a garden. I have a couple of plants that I have kept alive for a few years. At different stages, they have not been very happy. Not even from neglect. I don't know. I just have this knack for killing things. One year, I did get the whole kit thing with the different little cups and the greenhouse lid, and I was determined I was going to plant sage and lavender and basil, I think, was in there, rosemary, just different things to make different herbs so I could dry them out and make my own smudge sticks. And they started growing, and I was so excited. And then they started dying. And yeah, I killed them. And I just haven't done anything since then. Like, I have daffodils out front that grow, but I think that's because Mother Nature takes over and knows that I will kill them. Yeah, I don't garden. Everything that grows here is by sheer luck or because Mother Nature takes over. It's for the best, honestly. Number 6, do you celebrate Easter? Not really. Definitely not in a religious way. We buy Reese's eggs. I do. David's allergic to peanut butter, but Damon and I buy Reese eggs. When I had Winston, I celebrated every year because he got Easter bunny baskets. David's not so keen on, like, most of the time I get away with Santa coming and them getting stockings, but he's not so keen on, like, the Easter bunny and all the different celebrations for the dogs. I might one year or so try to sneak it in, or to be fully honest, a lot of the times I forget about Easter until it's like basically Easter. So I haven't done anything like gotten any snacks for Easter baskets or gotten eggs. Well, we have eggs like to eat, but like I haven't gotten any dye for the Easter eggs or anything like that. So not really. And then the witchy version of Easter is really more of a, traditionally it's more of a Wiccan holiday, and now I'm witchy, I'm not Wiccan, so I don't strictly follow anything like that either. I do like to do some of the, like, airing out the house and getting, like, freshening things up and things like that, which are some little like rituals for Ostara. I don't do them because they're Ostara rituals necessarily, but they are part of that. So like in a really foggy way maybe, but not necessarily. So I mean, I guess I'd say no. I wish people happy Easter. Number 7, do you crochet or knit anything special for spring? No, I don't. Yeah, I wish I could say that I did. I can't think of anything special that I do. I can't even think of it. Like my time of year is just, it's fall. So like there's stuff for like fall that I crochet. I always try to make like certain decorations and this and that. But yeah, I'm not so sure I've ever made anything springish. I've made a wreath, but that's not crocheted or anything. I've made it with, glue and Easter eggs and Easter grass and a wreath form and, stuff like that. I haven't crocheted or knit anything. So no. Maybe I should. Number 8, what is your favorite spring color? So I associate spring with like lighter colors, pastels, and I have said before that I'm a very bad goth because I like color. I wear black. This is actually dark blue. It looked black with because I have a light shining in my eye right now. So it looks pretty black. And then I realized which shirt I was wearing. It's dark blue. Generally I wear black, but, I definitely don't wear anything light. As far as like looking at it or whatnot, I like purple's my favorite color, but I would say dark purple. But I like any kind of purple, so I would go with purple, I suppose. Even if you consider an Easter one to be like a lavender, like I would say that, or pink, because pink I would say is a spring, Eastery spring kind of color. Yeah, like pink and purple. Let's go with that. Number 9, do you do spring cleaning? Yes and no. So I get on these like binges, and I'm on one right now of like get rid of. So as far as like things, yes. And with decluttering and getting rid of things comes cleaning. Am I that person that like my grandma, I remember she would have our whole like living room one weekend would be packed up and moved into other rooms so that she could shampoo the carpets, wash the walls, wash the windows and the walls, I should say. She would dust like everywhere, including like in between we had the old TV, so like the vent crevices of the TV. She would pull down all the curtains and clean those and put up new curtains. She would just everything. And then the next week would be, or the next weekend, would be, the kitchen, and like even the kitchen table would be moved like into the living room so that she could scrub the kitchen floor underneath it. And my grandma was very spring cleany. Am I that person? No. I would not say that the house is dirty, except for it's lived in. It's got I have dog hair. Like I could vacuum and have dog hair within the hour there's dog hair. Would my grandma say my house is dirty? Probably. But especially in springtime. But I go through a spring purging. And but it doesn't have to be in spring, but I am currently in it, and I feel like it's going to last through spring. And like I said, with that, because once you like get rid of things, then the area that's cleaned out, then all of a sudden like, oh, that, I don't know, that shelf that's cleaned off, now let's like fully clean it, or even get rid of it and then, you know, vacuum all the space behind it, or, you know, whatever. So I mean, the cleaning comes with it, I suppose. So yes and no. But am I like, my grandma was definitely a spring cleaner. I am not like that, no. And then I do the same thing that like every witch on my on my YouTube feed that has answered this so far has said. I like to, like, once it's warm enough, I like to like open up windows and sage and smudge the house and get out any like musty air and smell and anything like that, and just make everything fresh and clean. And a lot of times that happens, like if it's my day off and not David's or something, like, not that he's against it, but like I just tend to do it like when I'm by myself, so it's, I don't know, just like easier to like think about or concentrate on, I guess. But like I will throw like kitchen windows open and everything too, and just any window I can easily get open and just cleanse that air. And I can't have all of the doors open at the same time, because I can't have, you know, the puppies running out in the front yard, because there's no gate in the front. There's no fenced in yard. But if they're out in the back, I can have pretty much everything else like opened up or whatever, or just have the front door closed and have all the other windows open. So yeah, for the most part, as far as that goes, spring cleansing, yes. And then number 10, do you go anywhere for spring break? No. Most of the time I don't even know it's spring break. Some of the people that I work with will mention it and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was happening. So yeah, I do not go anywhere for, if I do, it's an accident, you know. Like sometimes Fozzy concert time will roll around and I'll ask for time off, and my boss will grumble that, oh, why does it have to be during spring break or spring vacation, you know? And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know. But I'll be out of state or whatever, but it's never on purpose. So those are the 10 questions. Hopefully you guys liked my answers. I'm sure some of you knew, like, I know you guys know that I kill plants and things like that. So, now for the people that I'm tagging, I think most people have been tagging 3 people. I'm going to tag 3 also. I think I'm going to throw in a 4th one though, if he's watching. But, so the 3 people originally that I had tagged, or we're going to tag, I don't think any of these folks have been tagged yet. Well, if you have, I guess double tag, you're it. But I am going to tag Rosanna from Nana Rosanna Crochet. She'll be linked down below. I'm 100% sure I butchered that. I'm going to tag Yolanda, the Crochet Addict. Let's hear your spring answers. I would love to hear that. I'm going to tag Kay from Kay's Crochet Haven. And for my curveball-y one, since I know also he is another fall-loving person, I am going to tag the Fiber Spider. So, plus he tagged me a while ago in something, so tag back, sir. You are it. Yeah, so those are my tag people. Yeah, and I'm interested in hearing you guys' answers anyway. So let's hear them, folks. I think I made it through that without mentioning... Did I not mention Stranger Things in anything? Surely I did. Surely I did. I must be misremembering. Anyway. All right, you guys. I'm going to go. I will see you in the next one. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, also, if you haven't done it and you want to do it, consider yourself tagged. Bye.